everyone, welcome back to The Dish. As we get into travel season and kids being out of school, that means the roads are a lot more populated and we want you to avoid getting into accidents. And so joining me today are Wendy and Sherry. They are also known as the Injury Ladies from Stoney Lever Law. Thank you girls so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
So this can be, it is a very serious topic because right now during the summer, especially kids being out of school, you have drivers that aren't as experienced. That means we could be facing some accidents in the future.
That's
so
true.
why is it important to talk about?
Well, you know, so many people don't know what to do when they've been in an accident. It's their
Right.
first time in an accident,
Right.
or, you know, they're a new driver, for example, and they've been in an accident. They don't know what to do.
It can make you really nervous.
Exactly.
I know I was in an accident when I was 18 and it made me so nervous. I'm like, who do I call? What do I do?
Right.
You know, and so what are those steps to take if you are in an accident?
Well, the first thing, of course, is to get treatment if you're injured.
Okay.
You know, if you're injured at the accident, you want to go to the hospital. You want
Right.
to be checked out by your doctor. So that's the, you know, obviously the first thing is your health, and that's the priority.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you do that.
Okay.
Make sure when you're there that you call the police and that you get a copy of the police report. You want to make sure that if there are any witnesses there, that you get statements from them. You want to make sure that you exchange insurance information.
Right.
You know, you want to notice if the other party who was at fault got a ticket for the accident. All those kind of
Okay.
things are really important. But of course, your health is the most important. So that's
Right.
the first step that you want to take.
Well, and so in speaking about that, what are some common mistakes that people might make if they're in an accident?
Well, a lot of times people will talk to the insurance agent before they think and start telling them the story. And once they've told the story, they're
That's it.
stuck into that story.
Yep.
Even if they have forgotten, if they're injured, they may have forgotten exactly what
Right.
happened and have to sit and think about it for a little while. So that's the biggest problem. Another problem would be accepting a check. Occasionally the insurance companies will put something on the bottom of the check
Okay.
that says payment in
Full
full,
and final.
and that would be a big mistake.
Okay.
And also not calling an attorney quickly enough because dealing with the insurance company is very difficult and you really
Right.
need help.
And so when do you know to call an attorney? I mean, because does it matter on the severity of the accident?
Well, I mean, every accident is severe for the person who's involved in
Right.
it, obviously, and it's important to them. So, I mean, again, you want to get your treatment, you know, as quickly as possible. But as soon as you've done that, you probably need to go ahead and start looking at attorneys at that point, so that you start off on a, you know, on a good foot without
Right.
being, again, like signing something or
And
you know,
not
saying
dealing with
something
the
you don't wanna-
stress of it because it can be
exactly.
very complicated.
Oh, yeah.
And so, and speaking of accidents happening, if we're on the border of Georgia, South Carolina, does it matter? How are things handled differently?
It does. It matters very much
Okay.
because each state has their own law, of course.
Okay.
And Sherry can, she's South Carolina. born,
So
so she
the
can talk
biggest
about that.
difference between the two is in South Carolina you have a 3-year statute of limitations and in Georgia you have a 2-year statute of limitations. And there are some also some rules that have to do with stacking policies
Right.
and being able to have more
So really all of
coverage.
this can be very complicated, but
yes.
that's what you guys are for. And if you have any questions or anything like that or concerns, you can visit injuryladies.com. Did I get that
Correct.
right?
That's correct.
And they can take care of you, and if you have any more questions, they can answer them for you. Thank you,
Absolutely.
ladies.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, do not go anywhere. When we come back, we have a Community Connection champion who's graced the stage at Miss USA and is now an author. We'll be right back.